Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, we have an exciting topic that's sure to get your heart racing. It's about a coin that many people often overlook, but if you happen to have it in your collection, you could be sitting on a potential gold mine. We're talking about the 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny. While most people think of pennies as being worth only 1 cent, this coin, if in the right condition, can be worth far, far more. Now, let's dive deep into the history and significance of the 1973 Lincoln penny. As you probably know, the Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, with its iconic design by Victor David Brenner. For over a century, this coin has been a staple of American currency. The 1973 penny, in particular, was minted during a period of significant change for the U.S. Mint and the country as a whole. The early 1970s were marked by economic shifts, including rising inflation, the end of the Bretton Woods system, and the United States transitioning off the gold standard. This was a time when the value of the US dollar was becoming increasingly volatile, and the penny, despite its small face value, still had an important role to play. The design of the 1973 penny is one that most of us are familiar with: Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, of the coin, and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back. The design of the Lincoln Memorial was introduced in 1959 and remained on the penny for several decades, symbolizing the importance of the memorial in Washington, D.C., which honors the 16th President of the United States. The simplicity and elegance of the design made the 1973 penny one of the most recognizable coins in the world. So, why is the 1973 penny so special? Well, like many coins, its value depends on several factors, including rarity, condition, and even minting errors. While the U.S. Mint produced a large number of 1973 pennies, making them relatively common, certain factors can make these pennies much more valuable than their face value of 1 cent. In particular, collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved, uncirculated coins, and the 1973 penny is no exception. You might be wondering, what makes a 1973 penny more valuable than just being a penny? Great question. Well, the key lies in the coin's condition. As you may already know, coins that are circulated and used in everyday transactions tend to become worn over time. The more a coin is handled, the more it loses its original shine and detail. On the other hand, coins that have been kept in pristine condition, especially those that have never been used in circulation, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins are often referred to as uncirculated, meaning they have never been exposed to the wear and tear of daily use. A 1973 penny that is in uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more than its face value. For example, a penny that has been carefully stored and kept in excellent condition can fetch hundreds of dollars at auction, depending on its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the perfect coin. A 1973 penny in a high grade, such as MS 65 or higher, is particularly valuable. But wait, there's more. It's not just the condition of the coin that makes it valuable. As with any collectible item, rarity plays a crucial role in determining a coin's worth. If a coin is rare or has a unique characteristic, it can command a much higher price. In the case of the 1973 penny, certain rare minting errors make these coins highly coveted by collectors. These errors, which occurred during the minting process, result in coins that are distinct and one of a kind. Collectors love these types of errors because they are considered rare and, therefore, more valuable. One of the most valuable types of errors you might find on a 1973 penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. If you've ever seen a penny where the date or the lettering looks like it's been imprinted twice, you might be looking at a valuable double die error coin. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin can be. These error coins are highly prized by collectors, and depending on their condition, they can sell for thousands of dollars. Another error to watch out for is the off-center strike error. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that is shifted or misaligned. These off-center coins can be very dramatic in appearance, with parts of the design missing or cut off. Because they are unusual and scarce, off-center strike coins are highly sought after by coin collectors. A 1973 penny with a noticeable off-center strike could be worth a small fortune, especially if it's in good condition. Now that we've covered the importance of minting errors and coin condition, let's talk about the 1973 penny-specific mint marks. The mint mark is located on the obverse of the coin, right below the date. It indicates where the coin was produced. The 1973 penny was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, which means you'll find both unmarked, Philadelphia, and mint-marked, Denver, 1973 pennies. While the mint mark itself doesn't always directly affect the value of the coin, some collectors prefer certain mint marks over others. For example, some believe that certain mint marks have produced rarer, higher quality coins, so they are willing to pay a premium for them. At this point, you're probably wondering just how much a 1973 Lincoln penny could be worth. Well, that depends on a number of factors: its condition, whether it has any minting errors, and its overall rarity. A 1973 penny in perfect, uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more than its face value. If the coin has a notable error, such as a double die or off-center strike, the price can climb even higher. So, what is the value of a 1973 penny that has been well preserved and features a rare error? In some cases, a 1973 Lincoln penny could be worth as much as $80,000. Yes, you heard that right, $80,000 for a single penny. This incredible price tag applies to the most pristine examples of the coin, particularly those with rare minting errors. It's not every day that you come across a penny worth so much, but if you happen to own one of these rare treasures, it could be the find of a lifetime. So, if you have a 1973 Lincoln penny sitting in your collection or maybe buried deep in your change jar, it's worth taking a closer look. If it's in great condition or has an error, you could be holding a coin worth far more than its face value. If you suspect you found a rare and valuable penny, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. The potential for a significant payout is real. In conclusion, the 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny may look like an ordinary coin, but in the world of coin collecting, it's anything but. With its historical significance, potential for rare minting errors, and the value that well-preserved, error-free examples can fetch, this penny is more valuable than you might think. Whether you have one tucked away in your collection or find one in your spare change, always keep an eye out for these hidden gems. The right 1973 penny could be worth a small fortune, $80,000 to be exact. Today we have a fascinating topic to discuss, one that could very well change the way you view your everyday pocket change. We are diving into the value of the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that may seem like just another penny to most people, but could actually be worth much more than its face value. If you're a coin collector, this video could be your ticket to discovering a hidden treasure that's worth a small fortune. The 1980 Lincoln penny is part of the long history of the Lincoln Memorial series, which was introduced in 1959 and featured the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, graces the obverse side of the coin. Over the years, the design of the penny has become iconic, representing the spirit of the United States. But what makes the 1980 penny stand out in the world of coin collecting? Well, the value of this coin goes far beyond its face value of just 1 cent. It's all about its rarity, condition, and potential for minting errors. Let's begin with a bit of history. The 1980 penny was minted during a period of change in the United States. The country was transitioning from the 1970s into the 1980s, and the economy was in a state of flux. The penny, being such a small denomination, didn't garner much attention in terms of value during this time. In fact, most of these pennies were used for everyday transactions and weren't viewed as anything more than pocket change. However, over time, it has become apparent that certain years of pennies, like the 1980 Lincoln penny, hold more value than originally thought. Now, let's talk about why the 1980 penny is so valuable. As with any coin, the primary factors that contribute to its worth are its rarity, condition, and any minting errors it may have. You might be surprised to learn that not all 1980 pennies are created equal. Most of the 1980 pennies produced by the U.S. Mint were made in large quantities, which means that they are relatively common. However, the value of these coins is significantly impacted by their condition. Coins that have been circulated, coins that have been spent in stores, passed through many hands, and exposed to the wear and tear of daily life, tend to be worth far less than coins that have been kept in pristine condition. An uncirculated 1980 penny, one that has been carefully stored and never used in circulation, is far more valuable than one that has been worn down over the years. The condition of the coin is graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being considered perfect. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1980 penny that has been kept in excellent condition, say, graded at MS 65 or higher, can be worth significantly more than its face value, but the 1980 Lincoln penny doesn't just have value because of its condition. There are also some rare minting errors that can make this coin incredibly valuable. For example, one of the most sought-after types of error coins is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. On a 1980 penny, this could mean that the date or the lettering appears twice or is slightly shifted. These types of errors are highly coveted by collectors because they are rare and unique, making the coin a one-of-a-kind piece. Another common error found in the 1980 penny is the off-center strike error. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be shifted off-center. This can result in coins where the date or other details are partially or completely missing. Off-center strike coins are especially valuable because of their rarity. They often stand out to collectors due to their unique appearance, and those that are well preserved can fetch significant amounts of money at auctions. Let's talk about mint marks. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, found beneath the date on the obverse side of the coin, tells you where the penny was made. Coins from different mints can sometimes have different levels of quality or rarity. For example, coins from the San Francisco Mint, which are usually marked with an S, tend to be more sought after because fewer of these coins were minted compared to those from Philadelphia or Denver. While this may not always drastically affect the value of the coin, it's something that collectors take into consideration when evaluating a 1980 penny. Now that we've covered the history and factors that determine the value of the 1980 Lincoln penny, let's talk numbers. The value of a typical 1980 penny in circulated condition is, of course, only 1 cent. However, in uncirculated condition, the value can rise to a few dollars. If the coin is graded highly, say, MS 65 or higher, it can be worth much more. But the real money comes when you find a 1980 penny with a rare minting error. Depending on the error and the condition of the coin, a 1980 penny with a double die or off-center strike error could sell for thousands of dollars. So, just how much can a 1980 Lincoln penny be worth? Well, for the right coin, the answer is a staggering $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single penny. This kind of value applies to coins that are in perfect condition and feature a rare minting error, such as the double die or off-center strike. If you happen to have a 1980 Lincoln penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition and shows any of these rare errors, you could be holding onto a coin worth a small fortune. If you think you might have one of these valuable pennies, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. The right certification can confirm the coin's authenticity and grade, allowing you to fully appreciate its value. And if you're lucky enough to have a 1980 penny in your collection, it could be time to cash in on a rare treasure. In conclusion, the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem like just another penny, but it holds tremendous potential value for collectors. Its condition, minting errors, and rarity make it a coin that is highly sought after in the world of numismatics. Whether it's a perfectly preserved penny or one with a rare minting mistake, this coin could be worth far more than its 1 cent face value. If you find a 1980 penny that looks like it could be special, don't hesitate to have it evaluated. You never know, it could be worth as much as $90,000. Today's video, we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and potentially valuable coins in American history, the 1961 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think that a penny, which is only worth 1 cent, couldn't possibly be worth much. After all, it's one of the most common coins in circulation. But you'd be surprised to learn just how valuable a 1961 Lincoln penny can be, especially when it's in excellent condition or has a rare minting error. Before we talk about the incredible value of this coin, let's start with some history. The 1961 penny was minted during a period of relative stability for the United States. At the time, the country was experiencing a post-World War II economic boom, with the 1960s on the horizon and major changes taking place in American society. The 1961 penny features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a design that had been in place since 1959, following the original Wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. The obverse side of the coin, which features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, remains one of the most recognizable images in the history of American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this image of Lincoln has been used on the penny for over a century and is a symbol of the United States' respect and admiration for its 16th president. When it comes to the minting process, 1961 was a year like many others. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies to meet the needs of the growing economy. The mint marks on these coins indicate where they were produced: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; the Denver Mint, with a D mint mark; and the San Francisco Mint, with an S mint mark. These mint marks can play a role in the rarity and value of the coin, but more on that later. In general, 1961 pennies were struck in large quantities and circulated widely, so you might think that these coins are fairly common and not worth much. Well, you'd be right, in most cases. A standard 1961 penny that is worn, circulated, and in typical condition will usually be worth only its face value, 1 cent. However, this is where things get interesting. Certain 1961 pennies can be worth a lot more, and in some cases, they could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The value of a 1961 penny, like most coins, depends largely on its condition. Coins that are well preserved and show little or no wear are far more valuable than those that have been passed through many hands, spent, and exposed to the elements. The condition of a coin is graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, uncirculated coin. For example, a 1961 penny in uncirculated condition, without any visible wear or scratches, can be worth a few dollars. If the coin is graded MS 65 or higher, it could fetch an even higher price. But there's more to the story. Certain 1961 pennies feature rare minting errors that make them even more valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die error, which occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the die. This can cause the details on the coin, such as the date or the lettering, to appear doubled. The 1961 penny is no exception. Some of these coins, especially those with a double die error, have become highly prized by collectors because they are unique and incredibly rare. A double die error on a 1961 penny can drastically increase its value. Another error that has been found on 1961 pennies is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to be shifted off-center. Off-center coins are especially valuable because they are visually distinct and often considered a collector's dream. If you happen to come across a 1961 penny with an off-center strike, you could be holding onto a rare and valuable treasure. Now let's talk about the mint marks. As mentioned earlier, the 1961 penny was produced in several different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of the pennies produced that year came from the Philadelphia Mint, but coins with the Denver and San Francisco mint marks are rarer. While the mint marks themselves may not drastically increase the value of the coin, they do play a role in the rarity of certain pieces. In general, coins minted in San Francisco are less common and, therefore, more valuable to collectors. But why does all this matter? What makes a 1961 Lincoln penny truly valuable? The value of a penny can vary greatly based on its condition, the presence of minting errors, and the rarity of the coin. And when you have a rare, error-free 1961 penny in outstanding condition, you're looking at a coin that could potentially fetch thousands of dollars. But that's not all. As we mentioned earlier, rare coins with unique minting errors or in pristine condition can be incredibly valuable. In fact, a particularly rare 1961 penny in perfect condition with a minting error could be worth a fortune. Coins like these are highly coveted by collectors, and depending on the rarity of the error, the value can skyrocket. So, how much could a 1961 Lincoln penny be worth? Are you ready for the surprise? A rare, well-preserved 1961 penny, especially one with a minting error such as a double die or off-center strike, can be worth as much as $93,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $93,000 for a single penny. Of course, this value is for those rare and exceptional coins that are in near-perfect condition or contain a significant minting error. If you happen to find a 1961 penny that fits this description, don't hesitate to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a trusted coin grading service. Coins with rare errors or in perfect condition can fetch prices that are far beyond what you might expect. In conclusion, the 1961 Lincoln penny is far more than just another coin in your pocket change. With the right condition and a rare minting error, this coin could be worth thousands of dollars. So, next time you find a 1961 penny in your change jar, take a closer look. It could be worth a lot more than you think. Today, we're going to explore the origins, features, and most importantly, the surprising value of this seemingly simple coin. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll look at your pennies in a whole new way. First, let's take a trip back in time. The year 1971 was a pivotal moment in U.S. history. The country was in the middle of the post-Vietnam War era, and American society was experiencing the cultural shifts of the 1970s. The economy, though still dealing with the effects of the Vietnam conflict, was moving toward a period of growth and development. For the world of numismatics, 1971 also marked a significant moment, the last year the U.S. Mint produced pennies with the classic copper content before transitioning to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. That alone makes the 1971 Lincoln penny an interesting piece of history. When we talk about the 1971 Lincoln penny, we can't ignore the famous design that has become synonymous with American currency. On the obverse, you'll find a profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This portrait was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it has been used on the penny since 1909. Over a century later, Lincoln's face remains one of the most recognized images in the world. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the familiar Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of American pride and history. The Lincoln Memorial has been featured on the reverse of the penny since 1959. This iconic design, which shows the columns and steps of the memorial, is one of the most beloved images in American coinage. It represents the unity and strength of the nation, reminding us of the leadership of one of America's greatest presidents. But what makes the 1971 Lincoln penny so special and so valuable? The key to understanding its worth lies in a few factors, including its minting, condition, and rarity. While millions of 1971 pennies were produced, not all of them were kept in pristine condition, and that's where collectors and coin enthusiasts come into play. A well-preserved 1971 penny in uncirculated condition can be worth a lot more than its face value, especially if it has no visible wear and retains its original shine. The value of a coin is directly linked to its condition. In the world of numismatics, coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. If you happen to find a 1971 penny that has been preserved in perfect condition, you might be in for a big surprise. In fact, a 1971 penny in uncirculated condition can be worth upwards of $10 to $20, depending on the specific grade it has received from a professional grading service. But that's not the only way a 1971 penny could be worth more. Another important factor to consider is the mint mark. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced, and it can play a significant role in determining its value. For the 1971 penny, there are 3 possible mint marks: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, the letter D; and San Francisco, the letter S. While the majority of 1971 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, the ones with the D or S mint marks are considered to be rarer. If you come across a 1971 penny with a D or S mint mark in excellent condition, you may be holding on to something truly valuable. But it doesn't stop there. There's one more thing that can make a 1971 Lincoln penny exceptionally rare: minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production process, and they are one of the most sought-after types of coins for collectors. The 1971 Lincoln penny has been known to feature a variety of minting errors, including double die errors, off-center strikes, and more. Let's break these down. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to be stamped more than once, creating a double image. On a 1971 penny, this could mean that the word "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" appears doubled. These errors are incredibly rare and highly valuable to collectors, making the coin worth far more than its face value. Some double die errors on 1971 pennies have sold for hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the press during minting, causing the design to be struck off-center. If you find a 1971 penny with an off-center strike, you could have a valuable piece on your hands. Off-center pennies are unique, and because they are irregular, they are highly desirable to collectors, but the fun doesn't stop there. There are other types of minting errors that can occur on the 1971 penny, including broad strikes, clipped planchets, and even die cracks. All of these errors make the coin more unique and more valuable to collectors. If you come across a 1971 penny with one of these errors, make sure to get it appraised. It could be worth significantly more than a standard penny. So, now that we've discussed the history, the features, and the factors that determine the value of a 1971 Lincoln penny, what is this coin actually worth? While a common 1971 penny in worn condition may only be worth its face value of 1 cent, a rare, error-free, uncirculated 1971 penny could fetch anywhere from $20 to $100, depending on its condition. But here's where it gets really exciting. If you happen to have one of those super rare 1971 pennies with a significant minting error, especially one that has been graded and authenticated by a professional service, it could be worth an astonishing $99,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $99,000 for a single penny. Finding a 1971 penny with a minting error in such excellent condition is no small feat, but if you're lucky enough to discover one, you could be holding on to a fortune. Of course, the value depends on factors like the condition of the coin, the rarity of the error, and the market demand. But if you happen to stumble upon one of these rare gems, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded. You might just find that your penny is worth a whole lot more than you ever imagined. In conclusion, the 1971 Lincoln penny is far more than just a piece of change. With the right combination of minting errors, rarity, and condition, this penny can be worth a small fortune. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or browsing through a coin collection, make sure to keep an eye out for the 1971 Lincoln penny. It could be the key to a major windfall. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny, with a special focus on the 1976 mint mark. You may be thinking, it's just a penny, what's so special about it? Well, let me tell you, this humble coin, minted during a significant year in U.S. history, holds an incredible story that not only adds depth to its historical value but might also surprise you when you find out how much it could be worth. The 1976 Lincoln penny is much more than a piece of change. It's a symbol of the nation during its bicentennial year. The United States was celebrating 200 years of independence, and the coin is a part of that commemorative spirit. While most people may see the penny as just a small, insignificant denomination, collectors and numismatists recognize that its worth goes far beyond the face value, especially when it's well preserved or contains some rare characteristics. To understand why this particular penny could be worth such an impressive amount, let's first take a look at the historical context. The year 1976 marked a pivotal point in American history. The country was celebrating its bicentennial, honoring 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The U.S. Mint played a role in these celebrations by issuing special commemorative coins throughout the year. While the bicentennial quarter and half dollar might get most of the attention for their unique designs, the 1976 Lincoln penny, although not part of the official bicentennial coin series, still holds significance in the larger historical narrative. During this time, the penny was still made primarily of copper, before the transition to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. The 1976 penny, like its predecessors, was struck with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. The coin was struck at multiple U.S. mint facilities, with the most common mint marks being D for Denver and S for San Francisco. However, the true value of the 1976 Lincoln penny doesn't just come from its historical backdrop or its material composition. It's the uniqueness and scarcity of certain coins that has driven their value up over the years. If you've come across a 1976 penny in your collection or during your coin hunts, you may be wondering, what makes this penny worth so much? To answer that question, we need to explore a few critical elements: condition, rarity, minting errors, and unique characteristics. First, let's talk about condition. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect specimen. If you happen to find a 1976 penny in uncirculated or mint condition, meaning it shows no wear and tear from use and retains its original shine, the coin can be quite valuable. The more pristine the condition, the higher the value. So, if you find a 1976 penny in excellent shape, free from scratches, discoloration, and damage, it could be worth much more than a penny. However, even more important than condition is the rarity of the coin. Although millions of 1976 pennies were minted, not all of them are easy to find in high-quality condition. Over the years, many have been lost, damaged, or simply worn down through daily use. This means that a 1976 penny in near-perfect condition is rarer than you might think. And when you find such a coin, collectors will pay a premium for it, especially if it's in pristine condition. Now, let's talk about mint marks and where these pennies were produced. The mint mark on a coin indicates where it was minted, and it can have a significant effect on its value. The 1976 penny was produced at 3 different U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you come across a 1976 penny with the S mint mark, which was produced at the San Francisco Mint, you may be looking at a coin that is rarer than others. Although the S mint mark is not considered ultra-rare, it still adds an element of scarcity to the coin and could make it more desirable to collectors. But what makes this penny even more interesting is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors can happen for a variety of reasons during the production process, and when they do, they can make a coin more valuable. The 1976 Lincoln penny, like many other coins from that time, was not immune to minting errors. Common errors on this coin include double dies, where the design is struck more than once, causing the images and text to appear doubled. This error, although not overly common, is a significant find for collectors because it makes the coin unique. Another potential error involves off-center strikes, where the die fails to align properly, resulting in an image that's stamped off-center. These kinds of errors can make a 1976 penny stand out from the rest, making it a prized item in the numismatic community. Beyond these errors, some 1976 pennies could have been struck on wrong planchets or feature other types of minting flaws, such as die cracks or misalignments. Each of these imperfections can make the coin more valuable, depending on its rarity and the demand in the collector's market. Now, let's get to the exciting part: just how much could the 1976 Lincoln penny be worth? If you've been following along, you'll know that the value of a coin is determined by its condition, rarity, and any unique features or errors it may possess. A typical 1976 penny, in average circulation condition, is worth little more than its face value. However, if you have a 1976 penny in mint or uncirculated condition, with a rare mint mark or a minting error, you could be sitting on a valuable coin. But here's where things really get interesting. A rare 1976 Lincoln penny, especially one in uncirculated condition, featuring a rare mint mark or a notable error, could be worth an incredible $100,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $100,000 for a single penny. It's important to note that this kind of value is typically associated with rare specimens that have been carefully preserved and graded by professional services. If you have a 1976 Lincoln penny in good condition or with a minting error, it's worth getting it appraised. You never know, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. In conclusion, while the 1976 Lincoln penny may seem like just another piece of change to most people, it holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. The historical context, combined with the rarity of high-quality coins and minting errors, can make this coin extremely valuable to the right collector. If you find yourself with a 1976 penny in pristine condition, especially if it has a rare mint mark or a significant minting error, don't overlook its potential. You could be holding onto a true numismatic treasure. Thank you for joining me today on this exciting journey through the world of the 1976 Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on another fascinating coin discovery. Who knows, your next big find could be right under your nose. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video.